Live on YouTube, starting us up on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the State in History, aka TDH. I am Xander. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. And you viewer, of course, for you, today is Saturn's Day, aka Saturday, February 21st, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that occurred today throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with the year 362. Athanasius returned to Alexandria. Okay. In 452 or 453, at least we have the calendar date known, but the year is still up for debate. Severianus, bishop of Cyclophus, was martyred in Palestine. 1245, Thomas, the first known bishop of Finland, was granted resignation after having confessed to torture and forgery. 1431, Joan of Arc's first day of interrogation during her trial for heresy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And you are?
I am the Golden Loon.
The Golden Loon. Not just a Golden Loon, but the, patient zero of the madness.
I think I trade myself for a Golden Loon, yes.
1568, the Treaty of Adrianople, Holy Roman Emperor Maximilian II and Ottoman Sultan Selim II signed a peace agreement between the Habsburg monarchy and the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans received cash and territories of Transylvania, Moldavia, and Wallachia. All right. 1583, Groningen, Netherlands, began using Gregorian calendar. All right.
Okay.
Yep. 1613, Michael Romanov, son of the Patriarch of Moscow, was elected the first Russian Tsar of the House of Romanov, thus beginning that dynasty. 1764, English House of Commons tried John Wilkes in Abyssinia and found him guilty of publishing a seditious libel for his Essay on Women, an obscene parody of Alexander Pope's Essay on Man.
You just needed the last name Booth on there. John Wilkes.
Ah, John Wilkes, where?
John Wilkes Booth.
But where is it John Wilkes?
Wherever you read it.
English. Oh, John Wilkes. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
1777, British ambassador Joseph York demanded the dismissal of Governor John D. Garnoff for saluting the U.S. flag. Up yours, man. Allow foreigners to pay us respect. You know, they should pay us respect. 1782, the U.S. Congress resolved establishment of a U.S. Mint. And then 10 years later, the U.S. Congress passed the Presidential Succession Act. Is that the one that, in the case of the president croaking or whatever, the vice president... becomes the power. The Presidential Succession Act.
I have no idea what that is.
I think
it should have been right in the Constitution. If he dies, we have a whole thing that goes in succession. The vice president, and then who's after him if the vice president goes?
The Speaker of the House, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We spoke about that, as a possibility for Trump getting back in office or somehow.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yes.
United States Presidential Succession Act is a federal statute establishing the presidential line of succession. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 6 of the United States Constitution authorized Congress to enact such a statute. Congress may, by law, provide for the case of removal, death, resignation, or inability both of the president and vice president, declaring one officer shall then act as president, and such officer shall act accordingly until a disability be removed or a president shall be elected. So I think that is
when they're disabled.
Whatever.
Not dead, but disabled.
Well, no. Congress may, by law, provide for the case of removal, death, resignation, or inability both of the president and vice president. So if they if they're not just disabled, if they die,
both of them, though.
Yes. Okay. Well, this is exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
1795, freedom of worship was established in France under the Constitution. Good. 1797, a force of 1,400 French soldiers invaded Britain at Fishguard in support of the Society of United Irishmen. They were defeated by 500 British reservists. Dang. That's almost 3-1, and they got defeated. But they were trying to fight for the Irish, The Irish need to be independent.
Just to change the subject for 1 second, because you're talking about Britain here. Mm-hmm. You know what we don't see on history, because it goes back so far, it was BC.
Yeah.
All the times that Britain has been conquered over the history of man, it never comes up on here, I don't think, that I recall.
I think we have spoken about,
they've been conquered so many times.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say conquer. Rome, of course, did conquer them. That was before they were Britain, really.
I believe the Spaniards conquered them once.
I'm going to have to look that up. Did Spain conquer Britain?
Rome definitely did.
Yeah, but that was before they were Britain.
Yes.
Anglo-Spanish
it goes
War.
way back before they were Britain.
Anglo-Spanish War of 1585 to 1604.
I'm just talking about when it was an island there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're talking about like before the actual country, when it was just a landmass.
That's why I say when you go back even before BC.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Anglos and the Saxons, the Anglo-Saxon.
I don't recall anything ever being talked about different conquerors in England.
We're going to have to keep an ear out for that. So,
yeah.
1804, the world's first steam locomotive, built by Richard Trevithick, ran for the first time along the tramway for the Pen-y-Darran Ironworks in Merthyr, Tydeville, Wales.
Penny for your thoughts? Is that the kind of penny we're talking about?
I don't think so. The first self-propelling steam locomotive made its outing at the Pen-y-Darran Ironworks in Wales. And we have here a photo of this. We covered this the other day, I think. Or actually when it was built or something. But look at that.
That was it. I don't think it may be something else.
Wow, look at that. So like it turns this gear, or maybe it turns this gear, I don't know, but this gear definitely turns these two gears that are part of the wheels.
Well, it's the old thing that they're stepping up. You know, the smaller one turns the big one, and then that keeps up the speed. So
okay. Yeah, like if you I've seen a video
right here. You turn it, and then this one big wheel over here, that is turning this thing, and then it's going down and turning the wheels.
Yeah, well, like the gear system for the crawler at for the spacecraft, the big thing.
Yeah.
Like it has like such a complex thing of gears, and it like the motor is spinning so fast, but then all the gears and everything, and it's all about torque output. It's crazy. Like if you see a cross section of that thing. Oh yeah. 1808, Russia invaded Finland, then part of the Swedish kingdom with 24,000 troops.
What year?
1808. Without a previous declaration of war, Russia troops crossed the border to Sweden at Aberfors in eastern Finland, thus beginning the Finnish War, in which Sweden will lose the eastern half of the country, i.e. Finland, to Russia. Yeah. 1821, Greek War of Independence against the Ottoman Empire began. 1828, the first U.S. newspaper, or U.S. Indian newspaper in the U.S., the Cherokee Phoenix, was published. It was the first periodical to use the Cherokee syllabary invented by
local Indians,
Sequoia.
Not the Indian country.
No, Native Americans. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't India back in 1800s, I don't
Well, they were in India. They were in the British Raj.
Yeah.
So, like, I want to bring this back up, and you brought up a very good point. Like, the whole thing about, don't call Native Americans Indians, that's racist, blah, 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 blah. No, like, when Christopher Columbus and everything, there's a Native American tribe called the Indio or something, or it was a word of theirs, so they were called Indians, not because they were being mistaken for people native to India, because India wasn't even called India back then.
That's right.
That's
right.
So, yeah. 1840.
That's in the 1500s.
Yeah. 1842, the first known sewing machine was patented in the U.S. by John Greenbow of Washington, D.C. All right. And we have it right here. Look at that. Oh, pretty cool. Like a little foot thing and all that stuff.
A foot thing, too.
Yeah. Now, 1846, the first U.S. woman telegrapher was Sarah G. Bagley of Lowell, Massachusetts. All right. 1848.
Didn't we talk about a bag lady yesterday?
Bagley.
Oh, Bagley.
The bag lady.
Bag lady.
Bag lady.
Something about bag lady yesterday. I don't know. Move on.
I don't know.
It just rang a bell from yesterday.
1848, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels published the Communist Manifesto in London. And you want to know, like, the greatest contribution Karl Marx ever made to the world was when he died. That was the best thing he did for the world. 1852, George Bancroft became the American Geographical Society's first president. All right. Oh, look at that mutton chops. Wow. That's a historian right there. 1853, U.S. authorized the minting of $3 gold pieces. All right. And 1857, Congress outlawed foreign currency as legal tender in the U.S. Yes.
I wonder what a $3 gold piece would be worth today.
I don't know.
Because obviously it's worth $3 then.
Well, I mean, like.
So what's a $3 gold piece worth today? Can you just ask that and see if it shows us anything?
All right. What WHAT is a $3 gold coin from 1853.
No, we don't care. We know it was worth $3 then. We just want to know today.
I know. Worth today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're putting
I'm trying to be specific here.
Okay.
Because if I just type in $3 gold coin, okay, it says here, the value of an 1853 $3 gold coin is not explicitly stated in the provided context, but similar coins like the 1853 Liberty Head Double Eagle are valued at around $5,955 for a grade of extremely fine 40. So that's not helping us.
Troy ounce.
Yeah. 1857 as well. The U.S. issued Flying Eagle cents, like cents, like dollars and cents, not smells or or
common.
Yeah. CENTS. Pennies or something. 1858, Edwin T. Holmes installed the first electric burglar alarm in Boston, Massachusetts.
Are you kidding me? What year is this again?
1858.
Whoa, burglar alarm.
But here's an image of it.
Oh.
So it's just...
It's going to be a bell.
Yeah. Bing, warning, burglar.
Yeah.
1858, Edwin, we got that one. 1861, steeple of Chichester Cathedral collapsed despite desperate efforts of 70 workers. So...
Whoa.
Yeah. I want to show you an image of this.
Steeple collapsing is never good.
No. So, I'm not sure. I can't really tell that well, but it looks like this whole thing is part of it. Like, there's a whole hole right here. I don't know. But, right here, we see some damage. It looks like, it looks like there's a chunk missing or something. I'm not sure. But here, you
fell on that.
You can definitely see that there's rubble.
Yeah.
So, I'm just trying to see.
Well, what's that picture right there? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's a section because the roof. If you could, let's see if I can get a bigger image.
It looks like there's almost 2 towers, right?
Well, no, like right here, the roof. It looks jagged, like it was broken right here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If a tower went, it looks like there's maybe 2 towers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
I'm not sure. Anyway, what else do we got here? 1862, Texas Rangers won a Confederate victory at the Battle of Valverde, Confederate Arizona, which is now New Mexico. Yeah, it was fought near Fort Craig in New Mexico territory.
Now, here's how conditioned you get, even though we're in the 1800s. You said Texas Rangers, I went right to baseball.
Oh, I was thinking Walker.
Oh, there you go. No, I was thinking baseball, the Texas Rangers.
It's just like, just imagining freaking Chuck Norris just roundhouse kicking a bunch of Union soldiers.
It never came to my mind.
For the Confederacy!
You went to that and I went to this. That's funny.
1862, U.S. Confederate Constitution and Presidency came into effect, lasting until the end of the Civil War in 1865. Yeah. 1864, the first U.S. Catholic parish church for black worshippers was dedicated in Baltimore. I don't like the idea of segregation, but at least they got something. They have something. Well, this is the first, church for them. Before that, they probably weren't even allowed to go to church because they were black. So at least, we're giving them something.
Well, not that they weren't allowed, maybe, but they just didn't have their own church.
Yeah. Well, it makes me wonder, why even today are there still black churches and all that stuff? Why don't we all go into the same church?
It's a shame, but simultaneously, there's a lot of really cool black churches.
They're very energetic.
A lot of rhythmic singing, and beautiful choirs, and you go, wow, why can't churches that I've gone to in the past be more like that?
But that makes me wonder, are white people allowed in black churches, or do they stop them?
I would think today they would be more than allowed, but I don't know in yesteryear.
Anyway, 1866, Lucy B. Hobbs Taylor became the first U.S. woman to earn a DDS degree, dentistry. Graduate from dental school.
Cool.
Yeah.
Give her a hand.
Yeah. DDS, like Doctor of Dental something, I think. It's something dentistry. 1874, the Oakland Daily Tribune began publishing in Oakland, California. All right, first edition, nice. 1878, telegraph manager George Coy of New Haven, Connecticut, issued the world's first telephone directory, a single page containing information for 50 subscribers. And here we go. The telephone directory, November of 1878. Obviously, that's after this, so because it's February. So. 1882, New York City's 24-hour race began. Winner was the one with the most mileage in 24 hours. So
they go in circles, or
I don't know.
Cross country? What?
I have no idea.
Well, give us a little more information when you tell us this.
Well, New York City's 24-hour race. I'm going to look it up to answer your question. 1882 in sports. Okay, 120 miles. James Saunders won New York City's 24-hour race.
So it looks like
$100 prize.
It looks like it's a 120-mile course.
Well, no, that was his distance.
Did he go 120 miles?
No, that was his. No, the winner is the one with the most mileage in 24 hours.
So what was that 120-mile thing then? Is that the most miles, or is that the length of the course?
That's his miles.
Okay, so that is his miles.
That's his miles specifically. He won after doing 120 miles and got $100, for the prize. See, the City of New York 24-hour race held in Manhattan captured the attention of the public as athletes pushed themselves to their limits, striving for personal records and glory. Now, wait a minute. This isn't cars. This is 1882. This is running.
Oh, okay, yeah, there's the date.
Yeah, I was just like...
Didn't even look at that.
Well, I was just like, this event marked a significant milestone in the history of long-distance running, showcasing the determination and endurance of athletes in the late 19th century.
Wow, 120 miles.
In 24 hours, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's
now
impressive.
I'm impressed.
That's impressive.
I was thinking of a little car poking along,
Well, neither of us caught the date.
No, I know.
They didn't exist in 1882. I mean, maybe, but, not to do a 24-hour race. 1885, Washington Monument was dedicated in Washington, D.C. All right. It was newly completed. Here we go.
Now, wait a second. 24 hours, 120 miles.
Yeah.
So you're going about 5 miles an hour, approximately. A little bit more than that.
Yeah, but that's if you're constant for 24 hours.
On average, I'm going at an average speed of 5 miles an hour. Is that right?
I can't
5 times 24 is 120. Yeah. 5 times 4 is 20. No.
120.
It's 10, 120 miles, yeah.
Huh. All right. And I showed you the image of the Washington Monument. Have you noticed that about a third of the way up the stones change?
Yeah, I do remember something about that.
Like here, Washington Monument.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to see. It's subtle. Image, a new tab. But yeah, right there. You can see it's all white, and then boom, it's suddenly yellow.
Yeah.
Because they were building it. I think they got up to here before the Civil War. The Civil War broke out and everything, and then when they eventually started resuming it, the quarry from this was empty. So they had to go to a whole new quarry. It was completely empty. So the quarry was done.
Yeah.
So there's a whole plan, a Washington Monument plan. For a whole different thing, right here, they had initially they had it up on a open image, a new tab. Let's see, you see it's up on a whole thing there.
Oh yeah.
And then it was going to be up even higher and all that stuff, but eventually they
Looks
just
like a smokestack there.
Almost, yeah. But they had it on something that kind of looked like the Jefferson Memorial.
What they came up with was much better than that.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. 1887, the first U.S. bacteriology laboratory opened in Brooklyn, and Oregon became the first U.S. state to make Labor Day a holiday.
Oregon?
Yeah.
Oh.
1895, North Carolina legislature adjourned for the day to mark the passing of Frederick Douglass. Rest in peace, sir.
Yeah.
So,
Frederick
Douglass.
He really close to
Abraham Lincoln, yes. Yeah. He was like an advisor or something.
Yeah,
he worked
really
with
close,
him.
Really
yeah.
close.
Leader of the abolitionist movement in the U.S. Northeast, most famous for his oratory and writing. He was a slave, born into slavery. He published narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, an American slave.
Just my heart goes out to this guy. I mean, what an incredible life the guy had, from a slave to...
He also supported women's suffrage, held several public offices, and was a firm believer in the equality of all peoples. Hell yes, man. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Great man.
We should have a statue of him somewhere.
We should.
I'm not a big statue guy, but they should have one of him.
Yeah, or a memorial or something. So, 1896, an Englishman who was raised in Australia. Oh, this one's wild. An Englishman raised in Australia, Bob Fitzsimmons, fought an Irishman, Peter Maher, in an American-promoted event which technically took place in Mexico, winning the 1896 World Heavyweight Championship in boxing. Mr. Worldwide!
Wow.
Fucking hell. 1901, constitutional delegates in Cuba adopt a constitution similar to that of the U.S. All right? 1 year.
Well, that got thrown out.
Yeah. 1 year later, Dr. Harvey Cushing, the first U.S. brain surgeon, performed his first brain operation. All right. And like, there's wild videos out there of like people who are, and it's been going on for a while. I knew about this for years, but during brain surgery, and like some people are trying to experiment, they're mapping out what parts of the brain, you know, for instruments. You know, they have people playing, you know, like saxophone or like, you know, various wind instruments, all with a section of their head open and people poking shit. Awake, you know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, they're not playing it, but they're playing.
They're playing it, and like, you know, they're studying their brain and everything.
I would think someone would be playing the flute, and the patient hearing it, how does the brain react?
No.
Someone with a brain open ain't gonna be playing the flute.
No. It's a way to ensure that they're not doing anything, because if they have the person, you know, functioning, then, you know, it's something to do with brain accuracy or something. You know what? I'm gonna look this up, like. Why do brain surgeons have people play instruments? Let's see here. The science behind musicians playing during brain surgery. Musicians. Yeah.
Not the patient.
No, the patient is the musician.
Oh, okay.
Imagine the sounds of an operating. Okay, yada, yada, yada. The surgeries are called awake craniotomies, where patients are kept conscious during the procedure. Is to ensure critical brain functions are preserved while surgeons remove tumors or treat neurological conditions. One of the most famous examples is violinist Dagmar Turner, who played her violin while surgeons at King's College Hospital in London removed a brain tumor. See, look, she's actively playing while they're... You know, so it's not somebody else playing; it's somebody under the knife playing while
I got it.
You know their brain is getting poked. That is wild.
Stand with you on this one now.
1904 or 1903, the cornerstone was laid for the U.S. Army War College in Washington, D.C. Now, 1904, the National Ski Association formed in Ishpeming in Michigan. 1910, John Galsworthy's play Justice premiered in London, aimed at highlighting conditions in prisons. Now, the primary source was edited. They added this second half, aimed at highlighting correct conditions in prisons. So I'm not sure why.
In other words, they were really ugly, and they wanted to make them humane. That's what I get out of it.
Well, no. Like last year, it was only this.
Yeah.
So in the past year, they added this section to this.
And read it again.
John Galsworthy's play Justice premiered in London. That's what it used to only say. Yeah. And then they've since added, since last year, the second part aimed at highlighting conditions in prisons. I'm only bringing that up, really, you know, to showcase that, you know, like, history is ever changing for bad or good. So,
well, with that added to it, I would say that they're trying to expose the inhumanity in conditions in there.
Yeah.
Inhumane conditions.
Yeah. But makes me wonder why it wasn't, you know, there before, you know, or if it's,
well,
you know,
improved on. You can only improve on stuff.
Well, there are examples of things being taken away or changed.
Yeah.
So
all of a sudden sugarcoat something.
Yeah. 1914, in a secret meeting of civil and military leaders, Russian Foreign Minister Sazonov convinced them to support a plan for seizing the straits controlled by Turkey that block access to the Mediterranean. All right. 1916, the Battle of Verdun began with a German offensive, leading to an estimated 1 million casualties, becoming the longest battle of the entire war, lasting for 9 months. So,
the battle lasted for 9 months?
The battle lasted for 9 months.
Jeez.
The Battle of Verdun. And awful, you know, like, stuff. But it wants me to image search this. Like, we have, you know, people walking and everything. There's troops in here. Kind of look like warden helmets a little bit. Those are French, obviously. But just showcasing images of the battlefield. It went on for 9 months. I mean, it's trench warfare. It was attrition, and they were literally fighting for inches. Yeah. So, 1917, British troop ship SS Mindy sunk off the Isle of Wight. 646 died. Yikes. 1918, the last Carolina parakeet died in a captivity in the Cincinnati Zoo in Ohio. Here's taxidermy of it. So, 1919, German national meeting accepted Anschluss, the incorporation of Austria. All right. 1919 as well, Kurt Eisner, premier of the Bavarian Republic, was assassinated by a far-right German nationalist in Munich. And see, this is where I always say, like, you know, our sources leftist, like, they never say far left. I don't think I've ever seen anything saying far left or democratic in anything negative. It's only
which would really be something would be radical left.
Yes. But here from the other source, it says German socialist, which is a leftist ideology. Kurt Eichner was assassinated. His death results in the establishment of the Bavarian Soviet Republic and parliament and government fleeing Munich, Germany. So this is saying that he was socialist and not saying the assassin. And this is not saying anything about, this guy, but saying the assassin was far right. Yeah. So.
But in fairness, they never used the word radical right.
Of course not. 1921, Constituent Assembly of the Democratic Republic of Georgia adopted the country's first constitution. Cool. We also have the London Conference on the Near East began. The issue of the Allies' 1920 Treaty of Severus, which had given part of Turkish Asia Minor to Greece. 1923, Andre Charlotte's musical review, Rats, opened in Vaudeville Theatre in London's West End. Rats. Well, we had cats, now we have rats. So... And 1925, the first issue of the New Yorker magazine was published. All right. And here we have an image of that. Look at how pompous this guy looks.
Would that be the cover of the first one?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Okay.
February 21st, 1925. And this was 1920. So that is the actual cover of the very first New Yorker. And, man, I just want to, he looks so pompous. I just want to, bop him in the nose, and see if he's just like a bobblehead. See if he has long neck, spring thing. I don't know. I'm just being incredibly violent for some reason. 1929, in the first battle of the Warlord Rebellion in northeastern Shandong against the nationalist government in China, a 24,000-strong rebel force led by Zhang Zongchang was defeated at Zifu by 7,000 NRA troops.
Whoa!
Wow.
Now what's the NRA?
National Rifle Association? I don't know.
In China, I don't think so.
NRA, 1929, China. Let's look this up here. Right, 1929, China. National Revolutionary Army.
Okay.
Okay, that looks like Taiwan. Or what is today Taiwan?
I don't know.
Isn't that the Chinese? Is it?
I don't know. I don't know what their flag looks like.
Taiwan
today.
flag.
Now you got to show me what today's flag is.
Taiwan flag. Hold on a second. Come on. Images. Yeah.
Whoa. So
it's different, but I remember that
the
sun.
74,000 was
the 7,000. The 7,000 was the Chinese government.
Yeah.
And this was probably communists. This is 1929. It's about that time.
No, that wouldn't be communist. That'd be fight off anything.
The northeastern China against the nationalist government of China.
Taiwan is they escaped the communists to go to Taiwan.
Yeah.
So they would be in power there, fighting off whoever it was they fought off, until what's his name came along.
Mao Zedong.
Mao Zedong, yeah.
Yeah.
And finally
conquered him. Yep. What else do we got here? 1931, Alka-Seltzer was introduced.
I hate Alka-Seltzer.
We also have the Chicago White Sox and New York Giants played the first exhibition night game.
Oh, night.
Yeah. 32, U.S. camera exposure meter patented to W.N. Goodwin.
What if they had lights?
We did cover the first night game with lights at some point.
They better had lights.
Well, no, 31, I don't think they did. Hold on.
Can't play a game at night without lights.
Well, dusk or whatever. First MLB night game with lights. Let's see here. First night game in MLB history. Hold on a second. Here's with lights. May 24th, 1935. Yeah, this is after that. This is 31. Now it's 35. There was a World Series atmosphere in Cincinnati. No, the Fall Classic. Yada yada yada. Okay. More than 600 1,500 watt lamps that would usher in a new era of baseball with a little help from the President of the United States. So yeah, that's the first night game with lights. But this is the first night game 4 years before.
Yeah.
So, I remember that specifically. 32, the U.S. camera exposure. We got that one. 34, Nicaraguan patriot Augusto Cesar Sandino and 3 others were kidnapped and assassinated by the National Guard in Lariana. That's not nice. Get rid of all that there. 37, the League of Nations banned foreign national volunteers in the Spanish Civil War. So they didn't want any more people going over there for either side. 37 as well. Walter Waterman's Arrowbile, the first working automobile airplane combination, tested at Santa Monica, California. Of course,
Cool.
it's California.
Cool.
Yeah, look at that thing.
Love it.
Pretty nice, yeah.
I don't think I'd want to go up in it.
No.
but-
No, I'm good.
Keep it on the ground. We'll do the drive part, the car part now. You do the plane part later.
Yep. I wonder if if it ever took off. Oh. That joke didn't really have lift. That one did. 41, U.S. Officer
That was a
Omar.
good backup.
Yeah, thank you. U.S. Officer Omar Bradley was promoted to the rank of Brigadier General. All right. 43, Dutch archbishops protest against persecution of Jews. All right. 44, War as It Happens news show premiered on NBC TV in New York City only.
War as it happens. Oh man, I'd like to know more about that. Not now.
War as It Happens.
I wonder if there's any old film on that.
Let's see here. War as It Happens, 1944. Let's see if this brings up anything. Okay, that's that. On the Ground as Day. Okay, timeline. Part of the history.
What's
hit
the next
network.
one? That looks logistic
Yeah.
right there. That
Radio
looks like the way it
News,
would be.
D-Day. Part 2. So this is covering D-Day, radio.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'd be really interesting to see some old stuff.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
actually have a thing, The Bunker on CBS. I've been making a little note thing of things that we got to look through. 1945, Battle of Monte Cassino in Italy. Allied forces, including the first land battle of the Brazilian Expeditionary Force, defeated Germans after 3 months of fierce fighting in the foothills of the Apennine Mountains. All right. Brazil, being involved all the way in Italy. That's pretty cool. 1945, during World War II, during the Battle of Iwo Jima, Japanese kamikaze planes sunk the escort carrier USS Bismarck C and damaged the USS Saratoga.
I didn't realize kamikazes actually sunk a ship.
Oh yeah, no, they sunk several.
Oh, they were really devastating.
Yep. 47, the first instant developing camera, the Land Camera Model 95, was demonstrated by Edwin Land at the Optical Society of America in New York City. All right. I want to take a look at that here really quick. So, this camera. Pull this out. So, just this one
yeah,
here.
that could be. Cause
right there.
This is 45.
Yeah.
They did have cameras like that.
Oh, this is a Polaroid model, but still, this is...
But Land was a known...
brand.
Brand, yeah.
1948, NASCAR was incorporated. All right.
Okay.
49, the U.S. TV soap opera A Woman to Remember was first broadcast on Dumont Television Network.
Oh, God, the first soap opera. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
And of course, it's titled that, but I wonder, do you remember who she was?
No.
So clearly she wasn't a woman to remember.
Not longevity-wise.
Yeah. 51, South Carolina House of Representatives urged Shoeless Joe Jackson to be reinstated by Major League Baseball.
Good.
Yeah.
Shoeless Joe.
52, Bangladesh Martyrs Day, Martyrs of Bengali Language Movements. The Bengali language movement protest occurred at the University of Dhaka in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. All right. 52 as well, the British government under Winston Churchill abolished identity cards in the UK to set the people free. I agree with that. At the same time, without
Set them free
identities,
from what?
well, from government, control.
Yeah.
Well, if you have identity cards, now you can mandate things, people to have them, and you can, it's another tax. It's a mandatory tax. You have to have a card, it'll cost you $5, but if you don't have it, you can't get a job, you can't do this, you can't do that.
So let me ask you this, because there's
It's
a
a
big
tool of
debate
the
going
oppressors.
on. Let me ask you this: there's a big debate going on today about mandated ID cards, to vote. Now, can you extrapolate that into more government control over you eventually?
Yes, and at the same time, I agree with it on the other side. In many cases, I can see both sides of the argument and understand and sometimes
I've just
agree.
been for it. I've never thought about extrapolating into something like this.
Well, I mean, they had something like that called a poll tax. If you wanted to vote, you get charged for it. That was kind of a way of control.
I don't think that's what that meant.
A poll tax
was to prove you could read or something like that.
Poll taxes were used in the United States until they were outlawed under Section 10 of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Poll taxes had also been a major source of government funding among the colonies and states which went on to form the United States. Poll taxes became a tool of disfranchisement in the South during Jim Crow and everything. So,
right.
no, they straight up charged you to vote.
Boy, is that crap.
Yeah. 1952, the British government, we got that one. 1953, longest collegiate basketball game, 6 overtimes. Niagara defeated Siena 88-81. But I wonder what the total time of that game was.
Collegiate, by the way.
Yeah, collegiate. 57, the Dodgers of Fort Worth and the Cubs of LA traded minor league franchises. Is this before?
What? No, what?
It was in quotations in 1957. Dodgers of Fort Worth and Cubs of LA, quote unquote, trade minor league franchises. So were those minor league teams or minor league names?
Not that I'm aware of, but I don't know of Fort Worth or whatever.
Yeah, the Dodgers were never in Fort Worth. Yeah, the Dodgers were Brooklyn.
That's when they were coming here.
Yeah,
they came here in '57, I think.
Would they have gone to Fort Worth and then change their mind and come here?
No.
1958, British artist Gerald Holtham designed nuclear disarmament logo based on a blended semaphore signals for the letters N and D. It later became an international peace symbol. So, what is this? Let's see here. Gerald Holtham.
Oh, still is today.
It's actually, the peace symbol. Here's something interesting about the peace symbol people don't realize. It's an inverted cross. And it's something to do about 666. Like open image and new tab.
What you're talking about there.
So it says here, the cross of Nero, also known as the peace symbol, is the cross of Jesus Christ turned upside down and then broken, displays a contempt and hatred for Christianity. Some people wear the symbol not knowing what it represents. So this is the mark of the beast, represents the mark of the beast, yada yada, a hexagram, and that's the Jewish star.
Broken and all that.
Well, no, if you flip it upside down and straighten the arms, it's a cross because it's not.
That's a lot of changing.
Yeah, it's just an upside down cross and bent a little bit.
Not and bent and broken, like they said.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be complete contempt of Christianity. 1958, Egypt, Syria as United Arab Republic elect Nasser as president. 99.9% of votes.
Yeah.
That sounds suspicious right there. 99.9% of votes.
Well, yeah, you never get that.
Yeah.
So he was a dictator.
Yep. 1960, biathlon debuted at the Squaw Valley Winter Olympics. Klaus Lestinger from Sweden became the first Olympic champion ahead of Finland's Antti Tärviön and Soviet Alexander Primavov. All right, 1961, Gabon adopted a constitution. Okay. 64, the UK flew 24,000 rolls of Beatles wallpaper to the US. So they're constantly shipping us crap for Beatles. Remember, we call wigs.
Yeah, wigs.
Yeah.
But what is this? Beetle what? Paper?
Rolls of wallpaper.
Wallpaper.
Beatles wallpaper, so they come in rolls.
We'll buy anything.
1965, civil rights activist and Muslim minister Malcolm X was shot dead by a nation of Islam followers at Abu Dhabi Ballroom in New York City. Yeah.
I believe and I hope I won't even say it.
Okay. Oh well,
I was trying to interpret his belief towards whites.
Oh well, he was probably a racist, so.
I hate to say it, so I won't.
No. Like he made his name Malcolm X and said that his family's last name was a white man product, so that's contempt from the very beginning. 1968, 150,000 people demonstrated against leftist students in West Berlin. Good. We also have baseball announced a minimum annual salary of $10,000. Wonder what their minimum annual salary is now. So,
let's just say it's a skosh higher than that.
I don't know. Like
I know basketball has a minimum, but I don't know what baseball. But
they
have to.
Yeah, 1969, the first launching of the heavy N-1 rocket at Baikonur, Kazakhstan, it blew up. So 1970, Jackson 5 made their first TV debut on American Bandstand.
Yeah, that's of course Michael Jackson.
Yep,
he's a little kid then.
Yeah, they just have adult Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they should have the kid there.
Which, by the way, speaking of Michael Jackson, and I want to bring this up, but I have been made privy to some information that has completely flipped my stance on him. Because I used to believe that he was at least kind of shady, but some evidence is coming out that's suggesting that Michael Jackson was, bringing all of his kids to Neverland Ranch to save them from Hollywood. A lot of kids, like Macaulay Culkin, was, he says that Michael Jackson saved him from Hollywood from turning out like,
or killing yourself or whatever it is.
Well, all
I'm
that stuff.
not saying that was
or,
him, but the kids.
Or ending up disappeared into an Epstein, situation.
Think about it for a second. You're a kid and you get all this attention.
Yeah.
Nothing but attention. And then just imagine you turn 12, 13, 15, 18, and all of a sudden it all goes away and you're just a piece of crap.
Well, it's not just that, but it's all the other darker things.
You're not making money for me anymore, kid. Get out of here.
But it's the darker stuff, that happens, like examples like Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana and all that stuff. She was a Nickelodeon star, and then now she's basically a prostitute. It's awful. What that industry.
Too far there.
No, that's actually kind of common. Like a lot of child stars, have horrible things. But that's why the system demonized him and labeled him all that stuff, because it was another distraction. They accused him of doing what they were doing, and all that stuff. So now I believe that he was the hero, and that's why he was demonized and eventually killed. I believe he was murdered by his doctor. Remember?
Yeah, I know. There's a big question about that. But he had a lot of weird characteristics, like the fact that he did that quite a bit to get sleep, because he couldn't sleep. Yeah, all I know, I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan, all I know, he was an incredible musical talent. Incredible.
Moving on here to 1971, the Convention on Psychotropic Substances was signed at Vienna. Sounds terrifying. 72, Richard Nixon became the first U.S. president to visit China. You freaking scumbag. Yep. Normalizing relations between the countries in a meeting with Chinese leader Mao Zedong in Beijing. And because of that piece of shit, now China, has the entire world by the throat.
Well, you're looking at it in these times. When he did that, I was so for it.
Yeah, of course.
I was just 100% way to go. You're doing the job.
Because you were ignorant to the idea that the Chinese are hateful, xenophobic bastards culturally, and that's why all the Asian countries do all the stuff that they do against each other. They hate each other. I was
just a big believer in peace through free trade.
Yeah, and they're not. And instead of us teaching them how to, behave like decent people, they're teaching us how to be communists. It only goes down. You cannot upbring a culture that's beta pure evil. I'm sorry.
Well, I have changed my mind, because we did advance them by 50, 60 years.
Yeah, to our detriment.
Well, to the world's detriment, as far as I'm concerned.
Anyway, 1973, the Chicago Blackhawks record a 262nd NHL game without being shut out. Good. 1973, Israeli fighter jets shoot down Libyan commercial airliner that strayed into restricted airspace over occupied Sinai Peninsula, killing 108 people. Ooh. And primary source edited. They added the section that said that they strayed into the airspace, but it was Libyan Arab Airlines Flight 114. So, but I don't see why they have to shoot him down. So. 74, Israeli forces left the western Suez. The last Israeli soldiers left the west bank of the Suez Canal pursuant to a truce with Egypt. 74 as well, Yugoslavia adopted their constitution. And then 75, Watergate figures John Mitchell, H.R. Haldeman, and John D. Errickman sentenced to 2.5 to 8 years for conspiracy and obstruction of justice. Haldeman, but what is this?
Okay, I'm trying to remember the name. What is it? I can't quite see it.
Eichmann?
Ehrlichman.
Okay.
That's right. Ehrlichman, yeah.
77, 74 unification church couples wed in New York City. Is that a mass wedding? 74
is
couples.
That from that Korean guy? He
Probably.
Married all those people?
Probably. Let me look this up here really quick.
All at once?
There's been a couple mass weddings. So, 74 couples blessed in marriage at the World's Mission Center. Go away. Reverend and Mrs. Sun Myung Moon.
Yeah, that's it. Moon.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep. 1978, electrical workers accidentally discovered the Aztec Templo Mayor, or Great Temple, 2 blocks from Mexico City's Central Square in Zocalo, or Zocalo.
I don't know what the heck is that.
It's
an ancient tape temple or something.
It's an Aztec ruin. While they were they're
okay.
electrical workers, and
Yeah.
like they discovered. I mean, Mexico City is built on where Tenochtitlan was, and that was the capital of the Mayans. So it was,
See, I learned something new without it being on the script.
well, that was where Montezuma ruled.
Okay, yeah.
And it was.
I didn't know where Mexico City is today.
Yeah. Tenochtitlan. Wrote that completely wrong, but no, it was an island city. Like they built like out into the lake. It was this. Like I think it was an island, but they added more to it or something. But they built it. There's an island in the lake.
Well,
now that entire lake bed is completely dry. This is all now Mexico City.
Okay, because I was going to say Mexico City is not by water.
No, it's not.
Okay.
But here, let's Ecosia, Tenochtitlan maps here, maps. So right here, it's saying Tenochtitlan is right here, and this is Mexico City.
Oh, okay.
So this is where Tenochtitlan would have been. There's still some water.
That's all part of.
Yeah, this is all part of Mexico. But all this used to like be a lake bed.
Okay.
Right here, like many years ago, and this is what was in it. This is the capital of the Aztec Empire, and that's where Montezuma was, where Hernan Cortez.
Lakes do dry up. We had that huge California lake, one of the biggest in the world. It's all gone. Yeah. Remember when we had all that rainy season and it started to form back?
Yeah. I remember
the name of it.
Central Valley in California got all flooded, all the farmland.
Well, part of that's where that lake was.
Yeah. 1978, so we got that one. 1979, 2 Iowa girls high school basketball teams played 4 scoreless quarters. Game was won 4-2 in fourth overtime period.
So they didn't score till the overtime?
Apparently not.
Wow.
1980, British figure skater Robin Cousins won men's singles gold medal at the Lake Placid Winter Olympics. Went on to a pro career, TV analysis, in stage performance and production.
Jeez.
That's a hell of a life.
Yeah.
1980, Liechtenstein became the smallest country to produce an Olympic champion as Hanny Wenzel won the women's giant slalom at the Lake Placid Winter Games. All right. Wenzel. It almost sounds like Wetzel. Like, now I want a pretzel. 1981, Charles Rocket clearly said fuck on Saturday Night Live. Huh, that's hilarious. 83, Donald Davis ran 1 mile backwards in 6 minutes, 7.1 seconds. So wow, he broke the 8-minute mile in reverse. How are you doing that? Holy crap. 83 as well, NBA San Diego Clippers began a 29-game road losing streak. 85, Everett Van Bethlehem won his 13th a long-distance 11-city skating race. Wow. That's skating, so ice skating, I guess. Why? It can't be ice skating if you're... You can't ice skate in a race like that. This is 11 cities. So is it rollerblades or something?
I don't know.
1985. I mean, I have to look this up. I mean, I can't imagine it being ice skating between 11... Well, I'll be damned. It looks like it's ice skating. Huh.
I mean, it is the winter.
Yeah. But I mean, I can't imagine, like an 11 city mile patch of ice perfectly. So.
Well, if they set it up for a race.
But that's still a lot of money.
No, I agree.
89, Pete Rose met with MLB Commissioner Peter Ueberroth to discuss his gambling.
Yeah.
Yep. 89 as well, the U.S. busts Chinese drug smuggling ring, capturing a record 820 pounds of heroin worth $1 billion in street value. Yeah, so, opening our doors to China, has not been beneficial to us at all. It's only been killing us. 1990, the Batman theme, Batman, by Danny Elfman, won Grammy Award for Best Instrumental Composition and 32nd Annual Grammy Awards. All right. 1991, USSR announced that Iraq had agreed to a proposal to end the Gulf War, but the U.S. called the plan unacceptable. All right. 1994, Aldrich Ames was arrested by the Federal Bureau of Investigation for selling national secrets to the Soviet Union in Arlington County, Virginia. It should hang him. 95, RAF pilot Jo Stalter was the first woman to fly a Tornado fighter jet. And I remember we
What is a Tornado fighter jet?
Well, like a jet fighter that fights tornadoes. Like initially, the primary source said first woman to fly in a tornado.
Oh.
But like I was thinking, like, is she flying into a tornado? Like, you know, like why are you flying into a tornado, you crazy lady? Like, or is she somehow piloting the tornado? Is it like a mount from World of Warcraft or something? Like a tornado fighter jet. This. Oh. So the first woman to fly one of these. That looks scary.
Well, it's got nothing to do with tornadoes, I would think.
Well, it's the name of it. It's like, you know,
yeah.
Well,
like a Spitfire.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the name of tornado.
Yeah.
So, but initially, like, you know,
it only goes in circles.
Very fast, mind you.
Yeah.
But no, like, we've covered this before on the show at some point, and I remember reading this, and it's just like, what the hell? Like, I was asking the same question. Did she fly an aircraft into a tornado? Is she somehow piloting the tornado? Like, what is this? We looked it up, and we figured out it was an aircraft named Tornado, but still, like, weird.
Yeah, that's stupid way.
95, Steve Fossett landed in Leader, Saskatchewan, Canada, becoming the first person to make a solo flight across the Pacific Ocean in a balloon. Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Wait a minute. Oh, he landed it in Canada. Is that it?
Yes.
So where did he start?
Probably Japan. Let's see here. Steve Fossett.
First, I thought you were going to say something crossing Canada, but no, it was the Pacific.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. What is this? Reddit. Give me a bigger image. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Dang it. Come on. You image. Piss. There we go. All right. No, this is on the south. 6 times the charm. This is something else entirely.
Okay, well,
what the hell?
Have someone look that up.
Yeah.
Please let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments section if you can. Speaking of comments, do we have any comments? There's nothing on YouTube. Do we have anything on Rumble?
I got some comments for you.
97, The Empire Strikes Back Special Edition premiered. Okay. 99, Lahore Declaration signed between India's Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Pakistan's Nawaz Sharif on use of nuclear weapons. Yeah. You know, one of my favorite lines, absolute favorite lines from, Family Guy, is, you can't hug your children with nuclear arms. 2009, please don't pour that on me. The first European political party. Immediately, I was just like, he's going to... The European Political Party Organization, the European Greens, was established in Rome, the first European political party organization. All right. 2007, the Italian Prime Minister Raimondo Prodi resigned from office. His resignation was rejected by the President of Italy, Giorgio Napolitano. How can you reject somebody quitting? Like,
he said, no, you're not quitting.
What if he just doesn't show up anymore? What are you going to do, fire him?
Like, he's got to listen to his boss, so to speak.
He's quitting.
I know, but he wouldn't let him quit. So unless you want to commit treason.
Well, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure not letting somebody quit is committing an act of slavery. I'm sure that's a little worse than treason. Oh, I don't know. 2010, Claiborne Park by Bruce Norris opened off-Broadway at Playwrights Horizon in New York, the first play to win a Tony and a Pulitzer. All right. 2012, Yemeni voters went to the polls for a presidential election where the only candidate on the ballot paper was Vice President Abdul Rabullah Mansur al-Hadi. Well, that's a little shady.
Yeah.
2013, 21 people are killed and 54 were injured in a bombing in Hyderabad, India. Now, from the other source, it says at least 17 people were killed, with an additional 119 injuries due to the multiple bombings in Hyderabad, India. So this says
way more injuries and
well, this is why I say utilize multiple sources, because the primary source says more deaths but less injuries.
Yeah,
this one says at least 17, so it could still be 21, but this is way more injuries.
There's no comparison.
And this is saying multiple bombings, not just one. So
maybe that's the discrepancy.
Yeah,
they're counting a bombing, and this is counting.
But this is both located specifically in Hyderabad, India. They both say it specifically.
To have different bombs go off in different places in that area.
Yeah, but if you're going to cover one bombing, why not cover the other? Like,
I'm not even saying there's multiple, but maybe that's
the second one says multiple bombings specifically.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, 2014, 10 words from the 15th Sea Voynich manuscript have been decoded. What the hell does that mean? Is that a Dead Sea Scroll? Let's look this up here. Voynich... Oh, this one! You remember this one? Like the one with the weird-ass plants that they can't figure out? And everything?
No.
Like, weird anatomies and all that stuff? Yeah, like right here. Like, it's like... There's a whole bunch... It's an enigma. It's an enigma book. Like, it is an illustrated codex handwritten in an unknown script referred to as the Voyniches. The vellum on which it was written has been carbon dated to the early 15th century, so between 404 to 1438, or 1404 to 1438. Stylistic analysis has indicated the manuscript may have been composed in Italy during the Italian Renaissance. The origins, authorship, and purpose of the manuscript are still debated, but currently scholars lack the translations and context needed to either properly entertain or eliminate any of the possibilities. The hypothesis ranged from a script for a natural language or constructed language, an unreadable code, cipher, or other form of cryptography, or perhaps a hoax, reference work, or a work of fiction. Like, you know, it's the whole thing's, you know, confusing. 2014 as well, police in Kiev opened fire on protesters, killing 27 and injuring another 570. That's not what you do. 2014, Barack Hussein Obama met with the Dalai Lama. Okay. And 2016, the 58th Daytona 500, Denny Hamlin won closest finish in race history by just 0.01 second from Martin Truex Jr.
Wow.
1/100th of a second.
That's as close as you can get to a dead heat.
Yeah. 2017, Alex Puccio completed the first female ascent of Nagual V13 8B at Huico Tanks. So some kind of, like, has to be mountain climbing or something, ascent.
Yes.
So, 2018, Indian film star Kamal Hassan launched a new political party, Makal Nadi Mayam, in Tamil State, or Nadu State. All right. 2018, we have the world's third tallest statue at 116 meters, or 381 feet. The Lakyan Seka, depicting Gautama Buddha, completed in Katagan Town in Myanmar. Look at that. That's a cool looking statue.
Yeah.
So, look, those are all windows.
It's huge.
Those are all windows. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
It is
trees
enormous.
off to the side.
Yeah. Huh.
Or whatever they are.
Trees.
Yeah.
2018 Winter Olympics, Jesse Diggins and Kekan Randall became the first U.S. citizens in history to win a cross-country gold medal, team sprint. All right. 2019, the Lunar Library, a 30 million-page digital library launched on board Israel's Beresheet lunar lander, aiming to be stored on the moon. So they're making something to store it on the moon.
Yeah.
So, 2021, the first democratic transfer of power in Niger, the world's poorest country, as former Interior Minister Mohamed Bazoum won presidential election. And that's awesome if they did it peacefully. In Niger, of all places.
Niger's got to be in Africa, right?
Yes. Niger is in Africa. It's over by Chad. Niger. Images. Right there. And there's Chad somewhere. Niger, Algeria, Mali, Chad. There's Chad. Okay. Libya, Nigeria.
Yeah.
You know? And then, what is that one? Benin? Freaking BBC logo is getting in the way. What is that one? Oh, that's small. Open image, a new tab. Come on, let me see. Benin. It is Benin. Okay. And then Togo is all the way down there.
You know more about these than I do.
Yeah. Mauritania. Yeah. Ghana. There's Ghana. All right. Anyway, 2022, Australia's international border reopened to vaccinated tourists after 704 days, nearly 2 years. We also have Colombia's constitutional court, its highest court, decriminalizes abortion, 2022. All right. We also have Russian leader Vladimir Putin recognized Russia-backed separatists in 2 Ukrainian regions, ordering in troops for quote-unquote peacekeeping functions. In the prelude to the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin declared the Luhansk People's Republic and Donetsk People's Republic as independent from Ukraine and moved troops into those regions. This action was condemned by the United Nations. All right.
He thought he was going to have this over in a week.
Yeah, well, he's an idiot. In 2023, Brandon vowed unwavering support for Ukraine in a speech from Warsaw Castle, Poland, a day after he made a surprise trip to Ukraine. Yeah, of course he did. Freaking piece of shit. And last but not least, U.S. President Donald Trump fired, you're fired, U.S. Air Force Chief of Staff General Charles Q. Brown as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff as part of a Pentagon shakeup. All right.
Can you pull up a picture of that guy? I'm trying to think if that was
Charles Q. Brown?
Yeah.
All right, let's see
General.
here. General Charles Q. Brown. This guy.
It is the guy I was thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
He looks unhappy. So, here he looks kind of jovial, though. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made every day. We can only bring you a portion. You saw all the stuff that we didn't read and everything. Please check our sources. For your dose of past events daily, we stream it every day at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. Check the underbar for all of you and all of us. I am Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you, thank you so much for coming in and watching. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever it is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles! Where's the thing? Here's the thing. And the other thing is over here.